It is DJ Ash Noble here. I know you're probably looking at this thinking he's had a fresh trim. Yeah, I've had a proper trim this morning. I had the full hair done. I've had the eyebrows done. And I think since the last stream as well, I think I might have probably had a shave as well. Although I did get shaved a couple of days ago, so I've had a little bit of a retrim. I've had some work done to me appearance. Welcome back to another stream. This stream was just a stream that could not wait till tomorrow because I'm just on a super high right now. I'm on a super buzz, and this for me is easily one of the best bookings, one of the best gigs that I have ever done in the history of doing gigs. And I'm looking at this wall full of flyers, and this gig just does not. That some of them flyers just do not compare to how good this gig was tonight. And I'm talking about the Gig Buddies relaunch. So for those of you who are a little bit like, hey, what's this Gig Buddies relaunch? And a lot of you might not know about this or what this is, because I think it was something that I announced it on another stream, but it wasn't like the main focus of the stream. And I think I did like a gig announcements, but I think there was another gig that was kind of like the main reason for the stream, and then I threw that one in. And because it's a little bit of a different kind of booking, and I'm not necessarily like DJing a bounce set or a hardcore set, I was kind of a little bit like, well, do I announce this, or is it maybe something that's kind of not? And then I thought, well, it's me in it, it's me, it's music related, so I announced it anyway. But I think it was kind of like it was on a stream obviously, but it was like quite sort of like far into the stream. So like, if you just sort of glimpsed and watched the first sort of like 10 minutes, you probably wouldn't get any information about it. It was kind of like towards the back end of a stream. As we announced some other bits and bobs as well. So Gig Buddies is it's a campaign well, there's like a couple of campaigns that have all kind of like joined kind of like sort of like as one. But there's like Gig Buddies, there's Stay Up Late, and there's Whole Red. So Gig Buddies and Stay Up Late. So Stay Up Late was a charity foundation which formed, I think, it like a good sort of like a good sort of over 10 years ago now. And the charity itself was a charity to try and like raise sort of like awareness and about giving sort of like freedom to disabled people to stay up to stay out at, say, like a gig or like a concert later. So a lot of you might not be aware, but a lot of disabled people are obviously like sort of like a lot of carers look after them, and like carers will like bring them out to like events and activities and different things going on. And when they essentially as a carer sort of like are told, look, you have to bring him home by this time, they've got to bring him home. And if they're due to clock off, or it's like the end of a shift, in some sense that there's not in a lot of senses there's not a lot of care, and they just take that person home. And it's all about kind of saying, well, this person wants to try and live a life as normal as possible, so why can't he stay till the end of a gig? So a guy founded this foundation and this charity to try and raise awareness, and to try and make it possible for people who are disabled to be able to have that choice and say, look, I want to stay at this football match or this gig until the end. Why should I be treated any different just because of my conditions and stuff like that? So it sort of formed through that. And Gig Buddies it was like another foundation that sort of joined, and it was kind of like the idea of partnering up with somebody and going to a gig with that person. So like partnering up with a gig buddy and going to a gig with this. And the gig buddies and stay up late, they all sort of like took a back seat when COVID happened, and funding and stuff like that can sometimes be an issue for things. And they got funding back, and they wanted to put on like a relaunch event. And I've been going to these like gig buddy meetings and these MenCap meetings through work, and I've joined like a close connection with the people that sort of like run it in Hull. And bearing in mind, gig buddies is not just in Hull. It's they've got them in like Manchester, Brighton, and stay up late, and it's sort of like across the country. And there's different people that run it in different cities and do different organize sort of like different events, and different ideas. And I've been obviously working close with the one in Hull through work, and they put on this relaunch gig, and they asked myself and the layman if we wanted to obviously perform at this. So what they normally do is we have these monthly meetings at the Wrecking Ball on White Frigate, and there's like a little meeting at the beginning, like a little MenCap, like a my community meeting, and just a little bit of a talk, and we plan some stuff. And then gig buddies sort of come in, and we put like a little gig on in the Wrecking Ball, and there's just like open mic, and people just come out and have a jam. And myself and the layman, we did a performance in there, which they absolutely loved. So they invited us to be a part of this performance on the 21st of April, which was obviously today. And obviously, we accepted. So that's what's been going on today. And I just want to say that it's been absolutely fantastic from the start until the finish. And I've enjoyed every minute of it, the whole entire, even the talk at the beginning. There was like a little, like a little meeting talk in the afternoon, and the guy who actually founded Gig Buddies and Stay Up Late, he actually came and did a talk, and showed us this movie that they'd made, which was about the band they was in and sort of founding the organisation. And they showed us some clips from the film, and we had a little bit of a discussion about it, which was quite interesting. And then there was kind of like a little bit of a break, and we had some like toasties, which were really nice, melted cheese and roast ham, and they were absolutely gorgeous. And there was just a really enjoyable day that led into just an absolutely amazing night. And there was a band on called Sunflower, which I'm happy to announce to you guys that I am a part of the Sunflower Band. And the Sunflower Band, it's essentially a group of I don't really know how to word it, but like because I don't want to make it sound like I don't want to make it just sound offensive, but it's essentially a group of disabled people that come together, and we essentially play music. But what we kind of do is we go for a little bit of anything. So we just make noise essentially, but we make noise like in rhythm, and we make noise like within a key. But it's just essentially like someone will strum on a guitar, someone will tap on a bongo drum, another person will play like a keyboard, another person will play like a xylophone, and then someone like blows on the trumpet, and there's just like all these different sounds that come in one by one, and we kind of make this like ambient music, and then we like turn up the tempo, and we go on like I do stuff on like iPads and MIDI keyboards, and we do stuff on like launch pads, and we bring like house beats into them and hip hop beats, and stuff like that. And it's a really good thing. So it's another sort of like organization called a place called Find, and I've been going there sort of through work as well. It was sort of I opted to go, and I've just become like all in all like really connected with these groups, and I've made friends at these groups, and I feel like I've become like a big part of these groups now, where I feel like like I wouldn't want to miss them now, and I enjoy going to them. Whereas it's not, I don't feel now it's like go and check this out because work have said check it out. It's kind of like I think I'm at that stage where if I wasn't in the job I was in, like say if that ended next week for whatever reason, I'd still probably go to these meetings and these nights just because they like I just like the vibe of them. I just enjoy being a part of them, and the Sunflower Band is just something that it's hit home to me in a way that I never ever imagined that it would hit to me, and it was just absolutely like I feel so honoured to like help out and be like be help out and be like a part of it, and again, I don't want to sort of make it sound, sound like I'm, picking these people's like disabilities out, but just that, we was all on stage, and there's people that obviously on the stage, and they've got various different things, the matter with them, and it was just the fact that in that moment when they was on that stage, it was like it was almost kind of like a big fu to like all the sort of like doctors and all the people out there that will say you can't do this and you can't do that, and they're on that stage, and we've rocked out. And when I say rocked out, we rocked out to a busy room. There was people. The place was heaving, and loads of people had bought, grabbed free tickets, and obviously attended this. And we rocked out on there just like a band would rock out on there, and I'm looking round at all these people, and they've just got like this massive smile on their face, and there was just something about it that just absolutely made me feel so happy, looking at them, and I went to the toilet at one point, and this was, after we'd done our performances, and one of them was in the toilet, and I asked him if he was all right, and did he enjoy his time, and did he enjoy it up there on the stage, and he was just so happy. He just had the biggest smile on his face. He had the cheekiest grin, and you could tell that he'd really enjoyed it, and you could tell from on Facebook as well, like how excited he was leading up to this event, and just how the he just had something that he was so looking forward to, and the excitement on his face was, just said it all, and was in the bathroom. I said, did you enjoy it up there on the stage? And it's like it brought back, like, yeah, I was just on that stage then, and he was so happy, he was so excited, and for me, this is one of the reasons why it's been easily one of the best gigs that I've ever done, because I feel like we've like made so many people happy. I feel like that I wasn't just gigging. I felt like I was part of putting this night on. I was helping bring the equipment in from the car. I met someone at the station who was coming out of Hull, who doesn't really know their way around Hull, and I just felt like, I'm not just gigging here. I'm much more like part of the family. Kind of a little bit like how I feel with Bounce to Your Drop. Like, I always walk in the club early, and I'm always there when they're sound checking, and I've got a good sort of like strong relationship with the promoters, which is always a good thing. But no, I just, and it made me so happy. Like I say, that these people for that moment, it was almost like all their sort of like troubles and all their worries had gone away, and that they're happy on the stage, and they're actually doing something that they enjoy and they're excited about, and they're buzzed, and yeah, they're just tapping on a xylophone and playing a keyboard, but they're actually enjoying themselves, and they're doing something. And it was a buzz to see, and it was a pleasure to be a part of the band. And we smashed it. We really did. The crowd, they absolutely loved it. We started off with like an all ambient sort of sound, so it was like real sort of light. It was really almost like something like you'd stop, and you'd sort of just sit there and think, and you've got all these like just different sounds, just really ambiently coming in, like just tapping on cymbals ever so slightly. Just playing like real slow, like euphoric chords on the piano, and then you've just got these real gentle like guitar strums, and it was really good. And then we went into like a little bit of a hip hop tune, and there was like a little bit of a hip hop beat, and we played some piano melodies, and again people like strummed along to it with guitar, what Jim did, and people again tapping on like cymbals and stuff. And then we went into like a little bit of a techno-y kind of song, so like a housey techno beat, and we raised up the level again a bit. And then we went on to do like a house track, and I jumped on like a launch pad and did all these effects, and it just absolutely smashed it, which was really good, really enjoyable. And then, like I say, myself and the layman, we jumped on the stage after that, and we performed some of our positive tunes. So we started off with our knife regrets track. Which was about raising awareness about knife crime, and it's the track's been picked up by a knife campaign, and it's just something that is something that we're sort of deeply like close to, and we want to push that track out as far as we can, and raise the awareness. And like I say, it's been doing the rounds in like schools and stuff, and people have like used it as kind of like sort of like teaching kids about like the danger of knives and knife crime, and our tracks being up there in some of them like talks in schools and stuff, which is obviously something that is really obviously good, and obviously we're so proud that we've obviously achieved that. And then we went on to do some of our positive reggae tracks, myself and Layman as Jiggerman have done. So Good Life, Feel It, Tunnel, so Good Life and Tunnel. And then we performed a new one for the first time. So we obviously did so we did Tunnel, well, we did Good Life, Feeling So Good, and we did Tunnel. And Good Life and Tunnel were kind of like they were kind of like the ones that stood out, and they were kind of like, yeah, these are the ones, these are our favourites. We like these, we kind of want to perform these. And then obviously, like life got in the way, DJing got busier for me, photography, radio, and, the countless list of other things got busy for Layman, hosting on the mic, and, being at events with me, the chance of kind of just like, sitting down together and getting some more tunes like recorded and stuff in the pipeline. Like we've got a list, as long as our arms, that of like projects and tracks, and again like FL Studio project songs we want to remix, and tracks that tracks that we want to record, and stuff like that. And we just got so busy. And then when we performed at the Wrecking Ball a couple of months back, it was just it was just clear to us then that if we're going to do this social gig, this one that we've just done today, we need to we need to get another track ready for it. And it kind of like we got a buzz from it, and it like pushed us, it motivated us to write another track and get another track in a position where we could go on stage and we could where we could essentially perform it. And we got it to that stage. We already had a chorus there, because it was like it was an idea that we've had for a while. It was just kind of a case of, look, let's fully sit down and write the rest of this, and add where I'm going to come in with my lyrics and how the song's going to develop from just this little chorus idea. And we put the whole song together. And it's quite a short song. It's not like a mega long song, and I've only got one verse in it. It's just like I come in with a little verse in it, and the main sort of part of the song is mainly Layman as Jigger. He does like a chorus, and then he does like a real tiny little verse that then goes back into a chorus, and then I come in with a little bit of a rap section, and then it comes back to the chorus, and then the track's just you essentially finished. But it gives it again another real positive vibe. And that's the kind of what we're doing with this music. We're trying to make it positive, so when people put it on and when people listen to it, it feels good, and people are like, I like this, or I like that, and oh, it's got a good vibe to it. And that's the vibe, and that's obviously what we want. It's what we want to happen, and we want people to like feel happy when they listen to it. And that's the vibe that we come up with these tracks. So the track itself is it's called "Loving You," and it's the idea, the inspiration comes from an old jungle track. And essentially the chorus is like, "Loving you every day." But there's like a jungle track that goes, it goes somewhat similar, like, "I'm loving you in every way." There's a very similar jungle track, and then we sort of took the sort of like the vibe of that and turned it into this sort of like reggae tune, and it's about a guy, and I'm essentially that guy, and I'm writing a letter to this woman that I'm in love with, essentially. And I'm loving this woman every day. I'm loving this woman in every way. And it was just a positive love song, essentially, that just had a real sort of like uplifting vibe to it. The backing beat is the main source of just what makes them feel so good. So we're going to definitely get some more in the pipeline. And even if we just write them, so we can perform them like, gigs and stuff, it'll still be a good thing. And then we can hopefully get them recorded, once we get chance, essentially. And, we'll take it from there. And, but yeah, so our performance, so we went on to that. So we did our knife track, we did tunnel, and then we went on to this new track, and then we finished off with Good Life, because Good Life is kind of like it's our best track. It's where it all started. It's where this sort of like Jiggerman and Noble kind of like, it was where the birth of it happened. And it was all just through one day. I said to Lee, I said, I've got this sort of like, I've got this like little song in my head, and it goes um and originally I sang it like, "This be the good life I'm living." And essentially I said, look, I'd like to do a reggae track one day, just because I think it'd be something a little different to do, take me out of my comfort zone a bit. And then we started working, and we started building on this track called Good Life. And we found a beat for it more or less instantly, that I thought, yeah, I like this beat, and I liked it. And we spent countless nights sat in his car writing. Countless times he came and sat in this bedroom, and we recorded parts to the track and edited different sections. And sort of built this Good Life track together. A few people were lucky enough to witness the progress of the track being made, and we was you know, some people just was lucky enough to be with us at the time, and they actually came in and they saw us record the track, and a couple of people like, you know, we'd be on the phone to them sometimes when we were just writing bars and like, oh yeah, we're just writing a reggae tune at the minute. So some people got a little bit of an insight, whereas everyone else, you know, like Noble on a reggae track, it was like such a, you know, like an unexpected thing. Like, you know, like this guy who's just sort of up and coming as a DJ, and you know, sort of MCs over like bounce and hardcore and Makina. Occasionally does a hip hop track. You know, like just freestyles over a hip hop beat, you know, to come in with like a reggae tune that was just so different. And the bars were like nothing I'd ever spat before, and they were all sort of like positive, and it felt more like a song rather than just like spitting over a track. And it was so enjoyable to do. So we finished on that. You know, because it, like I say, it's like what I class as like our OG tune. It was where it all started. So we always like to finish on that one. It finishes just the track itself, like this is the good life I'm living. You know, like you've just witnessed this. You know, amazing. Hopefully, what you think is an amazing set, and then you know it's just this is the good life I'm living, you know. And at that moment in time, like this is the good life you're living. You're in this positive environment, you know, this positive night, full of great people, great music, not one bit of trouble. It's the good life you're living. And it's just you know, really nice positive track to finish the whole set, to finish the evening, to finish the show. And it's just something that I'm so buzzed that we got the chance to do it. We got the chance, and it was just enjoyable to do. And again, you know, the feedback we got after the set as well, you know, people coming up to us and saying how much they enjoyed it. Some people just, you know, clearly didn't expect it. You know, some people just didn't expect us to come on and do that. And then we actually came on and you know, and did that. And you know, when you've got kind of like the guy who founded Gig Buddies like watching you, and you've got all these, you know, some people from other organisations watching you as well, it's just something that was obviously truly amazing as well, you know, to catch their eye. And yeah, it's almost like, you know, you do something and it just hits you, and you're like, and sometimes you just know, and you're like, I know what I want to do. And being a part of these kind of things is definitely the route, you know, the route I want to go down. And you know, by all means, you know, do not get me wrong, I absolutely love my job at Goodwin to bits. I love being a part of the whole youth music network. um, I enjoy putting the youth events on, and you know, everything I'm doing at Goodwin. But I think my initial aim is I want to work alongside like organisations like Gig Buddies and like Stay Up Late. And I do want to sort of like help these like these disabled people. And I you know, I feel like I just get some form of like excitement out of it, and it makes me feel happy, and not like I'm doing something that's just benefiting me. You know, whereas like you know, like with Goodwin, obviously, you know, I do get benefits out of it, don't get me wrong, but I kind of feel a little bit like, you know, it was a job in music. I wanted a job in music, I got a job in music, so I kind of feel like, you know, I benefited myself there. Whereas when I do this one, like I say, I'm seeing these people like with a smile on their face, and I'm seeing these people, you know, enjoying themselves, and you know, they're gonna go, you know, they're gonna be at home now, tucked up in bed, and they're gonna be thinking, look, I've had this most, you know, in their eyes, you know, the best night ever. You know, and that is obviously just what makes it so like happy for me, like so much like I've achieved something. And you know, like I say, I've just got to thank the gig buddies, Mencap, Hull Red, and and stay up late, and the social, and for the venue, and all these organisations that have come together to make this happen, getting us involved, and just having us as being part of part of these meetings, and stuff like that. And really enjoyable. And there was a band on after us. I can't. I do apologise. I can't remember the name of them, but they were kind of like the headliners of the evening. A band that had been brought in, and they were really good. Now, I didn't witness them all. We did sadly leave before the end of the event. We probably left sort of like just over an hour before the end of the event. I think we sort of left sort of like round about just going up for 10 o'clock. So sort of just after 10 we sort of left, and it finished at 11. So about an hour, maybe just under, maybe just over. And they'd been on a little bit, and they'd been jamming away. And it was there was really good. They played some good covers of songs, like, as a band, and some stuff I hadn't heard as well, which I think was maybe original stuff of theirs. And they just had a good vibe. They had a good sound, and they seemed to be entertaining people quite well, which was obviously a good thing. And I was trying to obviously witness them in the best that I can, and I'm not trying to like blow me on smoke. But there was people coming up to us, and obviously saying how much they enjoyed the performance. And there was just socializing with people, and some more people had arrived at this point as well, that when we was maybe on with the Sunflower Band, they weren't here. And because you're in the moment, and you're busy, and you've been sound checking, and then sort of more or less after the Sunflower Band we'd been on, I was back on the stage again with the Layman. And it was only sort of after being on the stage with the Layman that you could really sort of like chill out and get to talk to people without sort of having like sort of like like my bars in my mind, from the tracks, and what I'm gonna do with the Sunflower Band, and what time we're going to be on, and stuff like that. All flows through your head before you obviously do the performance. And then once you've done the performance, it all kind of like you can sort of relax and chill. All the sort of like doubts and worries you have, they obviously disappear. And it leads on to obviously the amazing event, where you can just chill and socialize with people. So yeah, so like I say, what an amazing night. By far for me, one of the best bookings that I've ever done. And it was just purely down to the enjoyment, and the satisfaction I got out of it, of seeing like all these other people enjoying themselves. And to again, like, to be a part of the Sunflower Band is, for me, it's just magnificent. And I know you might be sort of sat there thinking, like what's wrong with you, Noble? Do you know what I mean? In that sense. And and I've had struggles with myself all my life. Learning difficulties, eyesight difficulties. Yeah, I'm not like some of the other people that are in the band. But I suppose that the reason why I've sort of like joined into the band, and wanted to help out, and wanted to volunteer, and was to help them, and to give them this little bit of like fun in their life. And be a part of something, and help something grow, and help something continue to carry on. So like more of these events, and more of these sessions, where we are just like rehearsing, and where we are just tapping around and playing music, so these things can carry on, and these things can obviously happen. And I think that is obviously one of the big reasons what why I'm in it. And yeah, I honestly just cannot wait for the future of it. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So massive, like I say, massive shout to Stay Up Late, massive shout to Gig Buddies, Hull Red, for getting me involved and having me as a part of the event, having myself and the layman performing, and of course, Sunflower for having me a part of what they're doing, and obviously I'll be continuing going to go to the Sunflower sort of like call it like rehearsal sessions. Anyone's welcome to come down, like get involved and be a part. If you are sort of into that sort of thing, or you're just curious and you want to come and sort of like check out sort of what it's about. You're obviously more than welcome to do so. And again, Gig Buddies and the Men Cap meetings, I'll be continuing to go to them. Whatever happens going forward. Obviously, my actual Goodwin job, it's a contracted job, so every so many months there is kind of like that sort of like a little bit of sort of like fear, and there's that like wonder like if the contract's gonna get extended. And essentially, if they've got a good enough reason to extend it, they'll extend it. Like they extended us until sort of like the end of July, and we are like sort of like coming towards sort of like to late April. So obviously, that only leaves May and June, and then July is sort of thinking, well, it's gonna possibly be coming up. You know. Um, so yeah. But anyway, the event itself and the whole night was just so good. It was just so enjoyable that I couldn't wait till tomorrow to do the to later today now to do the aftermath. And I have got a gig announcement. I did say that a gig was getting announced on Friday. I've obviously just been too busy today to come live and talk about that. To be honest with you, sometimes your day just doesn't always go as you had it planned. And mine just essentially didn't, and not for bad reasons. It's just I was doing something on the computer, and then I got quite busy on the computer, and then before you know it, it was like time to leave. For Gig Buddies, I've got my little Gig Buddies sticker look, and also here I've got this little men cap thing. You can put like maybe like real tickets in it or something, or maybe like credit cards or something. But again, men cap. The voice of the voice of learning disabilities, essentially. But yeah, really enjoyable event. So big ups again to people that got me involved. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, share, subscribe, all the rest of it. If let me know in the comments if you want me to sort of like document a little bit more of like my worky sort of stuff, because I know it's a bit different in it. Like, I suppose like if I was a builder, you wouldn't want me to like put videos up and come live and say like, oh, that I did some bricklaying today. But I suppose my job can come with kind of like interesting, like we're opening up a music studio and stuff like that to get young people in it. So, there's quite a few different aspects and elements to my working job, and there's some quite interesting things, and I get to come to these like amazing sort of like sessions and stuff. So that there's a little bit more there, I suppose, to that would be interesting to document. Whereas a builder, wants to, I guess, in a way, see like a day in the life of a builder, but a day in the life of a music facilitator. Um, is just something that just truly is a little bit more interesting. So, like I say, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. It's getting late. I'm gonna literally go and get me head down very shortly. Another late night tomorrow, but this time it's back to Ash Noble, and it's back to his raving, because we're at spin back at the Doncaster warehouse. I'm just raving. I'm not DJing. It's like an old school night. So like it's all like 90s hard trance and breakbeat hardcore, and which, don't get me wrong, I love that music. Hence why I'm going to the event. But I don't play it. Like, I can mix it, but I don't mix it as often as I should. And I suppose I am classed as as the younger generation. I was born sort of like 97, the late 90s. So, I probably, they aren't going to expect me to whip out like a classic 90s hard trance set. And, the people are on the lineup are like people that have DJ'd for years, not someone who's been going a couple of years and plays the latest bounce bangers. So, but yeah. So, like I say, like, comment, share. I've probably said it like 4 or 5 times now. I am going to cut it here, and we'll see you all soon.